Okay. Just checking to make sure everything is working. Uh test 1 2 1 2 test. Yeah, it looks like everything's working. We're starting a little early-ish. Well, we're just getting the pre-chat started. We're starting the pre-chat a little early. So, anyways, what's going on, guys? I see we've already got Samantha Gunners out there, considering they support the Ghost Gun ban. Because I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. You know, because we gave up, we've given up bump stocks. Uh, you know, now we're being forced to choose to give up ghost gun, homemade firearms, and then we're gonna give up pistol braces. You know, we gave up machine guns in '86. Uh, when are we gonna stop giving things up? When are we gonna actually start saying, "Hey, no more line in the sand"? Well, for me, the line in the sand is right here. This is the line in the sand for me. And if someone does not like does if someone likes bans on firearms and the Second Amendment, then I guess, and this I'm just spitballing here. I guess they're one major asshole, and they just don't like freedom. That's my opinion on that. And that's why I've got that poll out there. So I hope a bunch of you guys out there smash the no on the poll out there for in the live chat on YouTube. Please do, because it's just we can't let the antis win on this one. This is the line in the sand for me. So uh I can't do a poll on the Facebook side, so if you're on the Facebook side, go over to the YouTube side. Uh Again, yes, we're live streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So, yeah, how about that? Everything should be good. I don't know. Is it not good? Because I'm doing something different, so it should be not buffering. It should be fine. So I don't know. And YouTube just tells me just now on Gmail that I'm live. Yes, you're about 2.5, 3 minutes late. Congratulations. No, it's not buffering him, Gabriel. At least it's probably you. It's probably you. So I'm just eating the rest of my snack. So, mm, mm, junk food. It's totally bad for you. I don't care. I'm fat. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help anyways. All right. So, who we got out there on the YouTube side joining us for the pre-chat? As is tradition, the number one numero uno, the original outlaw himself, Kingpin, was first. Then it was Travis T, M. Gabriel, John Brown Productions is out there. What's going on, buddy? So, if you guys got any questions, or if you guys, you know, got any comments or topics you want to talk about in the pre-chat, go ahead and just throw them out there in the side chat, because I'm not going over the main topics we're going over till you know I'm not going over the main topics until 9. So Travis D says putting in a mesh network was the greatest Wi-Fi decision ever. Mesh networks are good. They're good. I mean, what I'd like to do is I haven't done so yet, but I'm gonna get one of those Ubiquity wireless access points, because if you put one of those in the central of your the center of your house, and you run one of those, it covers your entire house because of how big it is, and it's really a commercial Wi-Fi access point, but they're really good. Uh, but again, if you don't need something like that, just get something simple. Mesh will work. I just like using the ridiculous stuff. It's just me. So, anyways, I like using ridiculous. So let's see, view analytics. Okay, that's good. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple things tonight. You can't do without the wireless access point. It's true. It's true. You can't do without it. So, well, here, let me bring something up real quick. You guys might like to see this. There we go. Here, let me screen share this real quick. See if it shows up. Window shows up. There it is. I I ordered some parts the other day because I'm having to build the new storage server for GunTube. So I bought a bare bone kit, and I'm gonna use that for GunTube. I've already got processors for it, and I've got RAM. I just need to buy the hard drives for it because they're expensive. Because I'm gonna throw 10 terabyte hard drives in this thing, and probably like a 1 terabyte PCI Express SSD. Anyways, though, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. I ordered one of these so I can send it off for GunTube for more storage for GunTube because, oh my god, out of storage. You think I'd have that covered, but no, I don't have that covered. I'm running it by the seat of my pants. Anyways, that works. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it's showing up. So it should be showing up. Why is it not showing up? It is showing up. It's fine. So there's just a delay. I don't know why there's a delay tonight, but there's a delay. All right. Anyways, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what it looks like. It's a 1U server because, well, I would like to get a 2U server. It's just the co-location fees on a 2U server. I'm not gonna pay it. I'd rather pay, a 1U server. So yeah, I'm gonna get 4 10 terabyte hard drives. Throw them in the front there. Put a 1 terabyte PCI Express card for SSD in the back. Right back in this area right here, if you can see the mouse cursor, right here, and then everything should be fine. That is just for storage. So, anyways, I do IT stuff. I know you guys. I know. I've told you that I do IT stuff. It's just I just don't show any of it, and I'm giving you guys a little insight of what I do, and I think I'll probably do a video of me putting it together. So, I won't do it on the Night Strike channel. I'll probably put that on the GunTube channel. But anyways. So I've been thinking about setting up the secondary channel for Night Strike for just tech stuff. So let me know if that's something you want to see because I got a bunch of tech videos that I could just load up and be done with right now because I just I've just haven't gotten around to uploading them and getting them done. So honestly, if I did that, I'd actually have like a whole bunch of videos for tech. But anyways, I just figured I'd share that with you guys. You know, a little insight of what I'm working on. That I am working on stuff for GunTube, which just the only thing that's stopping me right now is those hard drives, because I don't know if you know, but 10 terabyte hard drives at enterprise for storage servers are like, the minimum is like $200 and the maximum is like $380 for 10 terabyte hard drives for enterprise. So it's kind of ridiculous. And they only mark the price up is because, you know, they make it for corporations. That's it. The whole enterprise shit. Enterprise as in business. So, anyways. Yeah, I could call it the tech strike. There we go. Magpul CTR clone / knockoff stock. Okay. All right. Well. All right. Well, you let us know what that review is. Streaming is on. What's up? I hear that in the wind. Is that who I think that is?
That would be a severe thunderstorm passing over Nebraska as we speak.
Because the thunderstorm and the ancient Native American gods are unhappy with Nebraska that they couldn't pull off constitutional carry.
This right here, these are hold on a second. These are the tiers of all of us 2A owners. That's it right there. That's it.
As if millions of voices
got upset that
suddenly cried out and were silenced.
Woo! What's up?
I said, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out all at once and were silenced.
Yep. Oh. Yep. 2 votes, man. 2 votes, and we could have made another round of debate.
Yep. But you know who did?
Best part, huh?
You know who did get constitutional carry today?
Georgia. Yeah, they probably still don't honor the Nebraska carry permit, do they?
Nah, I don't know, but they honor the South Carolina permit. That's all I care about.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to go through Georgia and actually stop in at Moss Pond way back in the day when I drove down to Florida. I was going to make a little side trip over there and stop in.
Yeah.
And I didn't. But I know Georgia's one of the states where I'd have to like disarm basically when I was driving through.
Game Gabriel says, I think the wife is streaming some 4K shirt or something. I didn't know you could stream a 4K shirt.
4K shirt? Who?
Yeah, that's what M. Gabriel says. She's 4K streaming a shirt or something.
Oh, okay. Well, you can stream whatever you want, man.
No, I'm not saying you can't, you know.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's a wicked little story going through right now. Yeah.
Anyways, we're doing a pre-chat right now, just hanging out. In the chat here, Travis, I do have if you check out the chat in here and you click polls, you know, I have a poll inside here as well as the one out there on the YouTube side, so that, you know, people in the chat, you know, in the actual panel can participate too.
Gotcha, man. Sorry, we just had some wicked thunder and lightning. I had to close the side door here.
That's okay. I'm eating junk food. It's fine.
Oh, there you go. That's right. Yeah. Slam some Takis, baby. Get some Takis.
Yeah. You know, Swiss rolls.
Oh, there you go. Oh. So I didn't get a chance to check out the topics because I just had to run for the tornado shelter, but we're all clear now. So I was actually in the middle of texting you, and my phone went off and said, seek shelter. I was like, oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the TLDR.
Thanks,
Georgia, man. Biden, ATF.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yeah.
There might be ghost guns in between there, too.
Yep. Yeah, it's just it's like we have these cycles of our 2A and our constitutional rights, and don't know, man. It's not good times, dude. Not good times. Oh, here comes the hail.
All right,
Holy
hail.
crap. I should be live streaming this for you guys, man.
You should.
Good God.
Just turn the camera on and just have it facing towards outside.
Just have outside the door, have like real stream like storms, like 24/7 storms, you know?
Travis, you should just get a camera and just get like a long USB cable and just plug it in.
Here you go. This is
show people.
Here's a Nebraska. Here's a Nebraska thunderstorm for you guys. Here you go. Let's turn the camera on here. Look at that. Oh, hold on.
There's what a normal Nebraska apartment wall looks
like. Look at that.
There we go. There we go.
I can't even hear you, man, over the rain. You got the lawn.
Good.
The water's just like flying out of the gutters down there.
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
That's ridiculous, man.
Holy crap, dude.
That is ridiculous. That was Ammo Dog.
He's doing fine. He looks a little confused. He doesn't really get weather like this on a regular basis. So, good God, man. Yeah, we just got pea-sized hail coming down right now. So, yeah. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy. How about you? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling better. I mean, the medicine I've been taking.
Yeah.
it seems to be doing a little better. I'm not coughing as much, and when I am coughing, I'm not coughing any. I'm hardly coughing any phlegm out. So I'm pretty much I'm on the mend.
That's good, man. That's what we need.
But I will need you to help me out tonight, anyways. So
yes, we can definitely do that.
So, but for those that don't know, we are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook on the Night Strike 1 page as well. So, we're doing everything tonight.
You sure we're live? Because it's not red on the top there. Is it supposed to be red or is it not?
No, it's not. It just says live now.
Live?
It just says live.
Okay.
It's not red anymore. They changed it. They might change it again. It's just I'm just I'll update the software when they do.
Yeah. Holy crap!
But you missed it earlier. I was showing off the bare bones server I bought for GunTube.
Well, I was gonna jump on, but unfortunately, you want
to see it? I can share.
Yeah, let's check it out, man. Let's see what you did. Yeah.
All right. So this is just the bare bones server I bought. I've got processors, RAM. I'm gonna buy hard drives eventually, but this is what I'm getting.
Oh,
it's a 1U. It's a 1U server, and 1U means it's thin profile. That's what it means.
Okay.
So that's what it looks like. It has the motherboard. It's got the heat sinks. It just doesn't.
They brand new or used?
It's used.
Okay.
It's used, but it's refurbished use.
Okay.
So it's a refurb. So
what's the processor or processors or whatever?
I'm probably gonna use like Xeon E5 V2s.
Okay.
So it's a generation or two back, but that's what I've got on hand. And that's what I've got. That's why I bought the server, because I had those parts on hand. So I don't necessarily have to go out and buy different processors now.
Yeah.
So it's just because all this server is going to be doing is just storing video files. It's not going to do anything else other than that.
Yeah.
So I don't see the need for it to have screaming fast processors would be great, but how fast does it really need to be to store videos? Honestly.
Yeah, it's not like you're not going to be really processing the video through the app itself that you're storing your videos with and stuff.
No, it's it doesn't need to be that fast, but it'll be fast enough because the processors I've got, they're 2.5 gigahertz. That's fast enough.
Okay. I mean, does that come with RAM also, or do you have to add that?
No, I bought the RAM.
Okay. How much does RAM cost these days? What's 8 gigs RAM of like DDR?
For this one? For this one, I bought two 20 gig sticks, two 16 gig sticks, and they were like like $19 a piece.
Oh my God.
And again, remember, this is the RAM for this is DDR3 registered DIMM, not normal DIMM.
Okay, so it's not that expensive.
Well, not if you get it secondhand.
Yeah.
Which right now I'm building a secondhand server because of what Night Strike can afford. If Night Strike could afford a new server right off the bat, I'd just go and spend $10,000 for a new server.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
But I'm doing it this way. If I can get the drives cheaper, if I can get some help with getting the drives, that'd be wonderful. But if I can get the drives, anywhere between, like, if I get some good deals, I can probably get some 10 terabyte drives if I look, maybe 179 a piece.
Oh wow.
I've seen some out there on the market for 179. I don't know whether I should get those or should just get them new. But it's a situation of that I need storage space and I need to get that set up for GunTube. But unfortunately, I don't have any. I don't have enough right now. And it's either I go out and buy more drives and whatnot, or I just put everything in the cloud and have the chance to where Amazon or whoever is hosting the cloud decides to say, "Oh, by the way, all that data you got, we don't want it, so we're going to delete it."
Okay.
Because remember what happened to ARFCOM? They were hosted on AWS.
Yeah.
And AWS decided, we don't like you. So, bing, you're gone. You got to worry about that stuff.
So you got to take care of yourself, man. Do your own hosting.
I mean, the data center I've got my servers hosted at for GunTube and my personal service for, web hosting and whatnot. Honestly, they're in the South. They're in North Carolina near Sarge. Okay. So, they don't take politics one way or the other. They just run the hardware.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about them. But again, I'm not going out of my way to tell everyone what data center I'm using because I don't want them to know. Mm-hmm. You want to know what data center I'm using? Do the hard work to figure it out,
Yeah.
So anyways, enough of that. Okay. That's what I'm working on.
You've got me looking at Newegg right now. I don't think I have my prices on here that I paid, but
people couldn't see it on the YouTube side. So
what's that? Right.
People couldn't see it on the YouTube side, so I have to screen share it again.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, your server?
Yeah.
My laptop is going to be, let's see, 7 years old in July. Well, not my laptop, my desktop computer.
All right.
I've been using.
Guys, since you couldn't see it, here it is. I'm going through it one more time for you guys.
So Night Strike.
Yeah.
Back in 2015, I paid $100 for 2 8-gig sticks of DDR3 SRAM.
Yeah, DDR3 has gone down in price since DDR4 came out.
Yeah.
I mean, my laptop, believe it or not, my laptop uses DDR4.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the funny part. I got my XFX Radeon R390, my video card that I bought back in the day. I paid $350 for it. That has 8 gigs of DDR5, and that thing is 7 years old. That was way ahead of its time, dude.
Yeah, G-Webs is saying, I know the data center, and I will send the location to the highest bidder. Well, you know what? If anybody wants to know G-Webs' actual address, let me know, and I will go and, give you guys his actual address. I will sell it to the highest bidder. We two can play that game, Pete.
Oh man.
Oh, he always wants to stir up trouble. You know that? He's always stirring up trouble. So, anyways, what's going on with you, Travis?
Not much, man. I'm just staying busy. I do have some good news. I can actually throw something good out there. We've got sponsors that are pulling through for Thunder on the Prairie 2022, which is ironically happening right now outside my window. There's some thunder on the prairie.
There is outside. Thunder on the prairie outside.
Hail and tornadoes on the prairie. There's a little house on the prairie. It's going good, man. We have Bear Creek Arsenal sent us 2 uppers to give away.
Really?
And so we're excited for that. We got a 450 Bushmaster and a 5.56.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I shouldn't say giveaway. Okay, anytime they've ever sent me uppers, they've never asked for them back, and I've gotten about 5 from them so far, or 4. And these two, I'm going to confirm they're ours, but they gave me a receipt with them also, like an actual invoice in case there's problems with them. So we got a 5.56 16-inch and then a 450 Bushmaster. So we got those two up. We're actually going to pick up some ammo. We're going to make sure the thing runs to make sure there's no problems with it. And then, yeah.
So Travis, I'm going to commit it to boost. So watch out. You might want to shield your eyes.
What's going on?
All right. I don't care anymore. I'm pissed off.
That's
my ghost gun. That's my ghost gun. Oh
so
no.
There's something I'd like to say to the president. Don't lump my legally purchased, legally owned, home manufactured firearms in with gun locker, stolen, serial number removed firearms. Don't lump me in that category because I'm not. Yeah.
There, I wasn't holding it. I was just holding it.
Yeah, there you go.
It was on. There you go. So, but anyways, I'm really angry about this. We're gonna get into this tonight, but just because I don't care and I'm so pissed off, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing you got to remember is that these are basically suggestions. You know, it's gonna take Congress having to vote, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's gonna take Congress having to change the law. You know, it's not whatever he wants. You know,
G-Webs, I've told you before where the server is.
He's still trying to figure it out. It's somewhere down south, G. It's somewhere down south in the southeastern part of the U.S.
It's in the United States. Let's put it that way. There we go.
It's somewhere outside of Disney World in Orlando.
No. It's not Disney World. No, I wouldn't put it anywhere near Florida.
It's somewhere outside of Dollywood.
Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go over that stuff tonight. It's just oh boy.
It's a major miss is what it is. It's not a hit at all.
Crapshoot is what it is. It is a major crapshoot.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it. So welcome everyone to Hit or Miss. I'm your host, Night Strike, and with me, I've got, everyone's favorite co-host and everyone's favorite host of Caliber Corner on Thursdays and Saturdays, sometimes Sunday mornings. Central Time.
That's right. Yeah. We'll be going live tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. Central Time, 7:00 for all you savages that live out there in the East Coast. Let's see. And then we've got the Sunday morning episode, which is usually 8 a.m. Central Time. We usually go for an hour or two. And Thursday night's episodes are dedicated. I'm being selfish. Oh, what's wrong with that machine? What's wrong with that machine?
I don't know how that machine works.
It seems to be broken. Anyway, the Sunday episodes are about whatever we want to talk about, something firearms related, sometimes, prepper, hunting, outdoors, reloading, whatever. Thursday night episodes are dedicated to firearms I've either tested or own or have owned. And so tomorrow we're actually going to talk about the Walther PDP, which is my dedicated bedside gun and one of my favorite pistols. So
I'm not going to jump in because I don't have anything to say about the Walther.
You can still hang out, just be part of the camaraderie, and then just kind of give your 2 cents on it, or hey man, I don't know half about what you guys talk about in some of these chats, and I'm still there anyway. So I'm going to put the guild on you guys. So just so you know, it doesn't matter unless it's something that I'm totally, outgunned on. No pun intended.
You know what I still have over here?
An AK that works.
Yeah, but besides that.
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me, man.
I haven't put it back in the safe from last week.
What's that? One of your P80 builds? That's a tough one, dude. I really can't tell. Sounds kind of small. Is that a 22?
No, it's a 7.62 by 54R.
Oh, the Mosin? You got the Mosin out?
Yeah, I've got the Mosin M44 next to me. Right now it's the bedside gun.
Yes.
And if you're gonna ask, yes, I have stripper clips to go along with it.
Yeah, I got some too. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just like I haven't put it back in the safe. So
yeah,
I know I'm getting a little lazy on that. I should probably do that, but whatever.
Yeah, I had a good time taking the Mosin out last week, and it actually shot pretty good. It grew fairly well, and I shot a Wolf Military Classic with it, or whatever. It was the bimetal case. Kind of looks like a copper case or something. It was really good stuff. Really good.
Wolf Military Classic is great.
Yeah, it really
works great.
Well. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Since nobody else, I sent links to showed up. So yeah.
I heard from
We'll
Defense
just-
Dad. He said he was having some technical issues. He's on the other side of town, and the whole town's getting hammered right now, so he might not have electricity.
Yeah.
So it's It's
like roll call says, Travis, I wish I could go out to your shindig, but I'm broke as heck. I hope it's a success so I can attend it next time. I hope it's gonna be. I hope it'll be in next time.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it's gonna. We've got a few more people that have signed up, and the numbers are looking pretty good. We've also got VersaCarry on board. We've got Blackout Coffee Company that said that they're going to send us coffee for the event, so they're going to keep us well fueled. Monstrum Tactical came through, and they sent Defense Dad 3 Prism scopes for us to give away. So we're going to give those away too. Those are about $200 a pop or $250 a piece, if not more. So I mean, that's just it's just kind of fun, makes it worth coming out, have a chance to win something, and I'm also supplying ammunition. So roll call, if you got the gas money, bro, I got a couch you can crash on, and we can feed you, bro. We can feed you. We can feed your guns. We got a case of 5.56, a case of 9mm just for people that need some extra rounds. So
can you throw a 6-pack in there? He might do it for a 6-pack.
Oh yeah, bring me some Yingling, dude. I'll hug you, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah.
No,
that's right.
I'd bring some Youngling.
Oh, absolutely.
It's sold where I am.
I know. I have to go eastern Missouri or south into Texas to basically find it. So it's pretty sad.
If I could send you some, legally, I'd send you some.
I got friends. I got a buddy that comes up from Texas. Actually, they're thinking about moving to Lincoln, Texas. He's going to bring me some up, and anytime I go down there, I stock up on it when I go down. Right. So we're good. Yep.
So our first story tonight, we're talking about. I think let me get the numbers right. I'm looking. I'm looking on the numbers. We're talking about the 25th constitutional carry state. That's right. We have number 25 now. Who is number 25, you ask? Well, number 25 is Georgia. Because Governor Kemp, Georgia. Georgia, we've seen Georgia on the map. It's purple. And Governor Kemp, the governor of Georgia, signed the bill allowing people to carry handguns without a license in Georgia into law today. So there's good news. It's good news on that. I'm going to read an article from Fox News. I couldn't find it on any. You'd figure all the gun news websites would cover something like this, but apparently nobody's gotten to it yet. They figured just that it happened is good enough. But this is from Fox 5 in Atlanta, so they may be biased. So bear with us, please. Douglasville, Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill allowing Georgia residents to carry handguns in public without a license or background check into law Tuesday. Well, that's not necessarily true. Not without a background check. In order to buy a gun, you have to have a background check. So Fox, you lost that one.
But not to carry. So that's
no, you don't need. You shouldn't need a background check to carry a gun. You should only need to be a background check to buy one.
I like how they put that there to trigger your emotions. You're like, what? No background check.
right. They intentionally did that. So the governor signed a second measure that gives concealed weapon permit holders from other states the ability to carry legally in Georgia as well. So Travis, you may not need a permit.
Don't talk to me about it, right? You can, you can talk to those 6 senators or 8 senators or 9 that didn't vote in favor of or against Nebraska constitutional carry.
Travis, if any single one of them is one of your representatives, you may want to vote for somebody else next time.
Oh, I'm planning on it. I absolutely am. I'm calling them out, bro. I mean, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, they don't want to,
If it was me, I would, Travis, whether you're a Republican or not, if I was you, I'd go and blast the Republican leader of Nebraska.
Well, I wouldn't say that because that sounds like a reference to me shooting him. But
no, when I say blast, I mean send him a mean-spirited email or a mean-spirited.
Me running a gun channel and everything. It's the last thing I need.
I don't mean it in the sense of firearms. I mean it in the sense of when you blast someone, basically you're basically
attacking them politically. Well, not attacking.
You're not attacking them. You're yelling at them.
Yeah,
you're yelling. You're clogging up their voicemails and you're clogging up their emails. That's what it is.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, out of that 6, there would have been a couple that probably would have voted against it. Well, that would have, but we were only 2 short of going to the next round, which could have possibly been the last round, and then the signing. So, and what it really came down to, it's just because, you know, and I'm not going to blame Omaha for this, but Omaha has a handgun registry, and they were upset that basically the bill that was being pushed through didn't have the elimination of the registry in it. And that's not what this was about. This was a separate bill for this one particular measure. And that's something we could have worked on. What we were pushing had nothing to do with the handgun registry at all.
No, that's right.
Of course, you know, as soon as everything started coming out after the first round, you know, then the negative propaganda started coming out. And some of it was actually put out by the NRA. So think about that the next time you send them your money, saying that our constitutional carry bill proposal was going to create a registry for handguns in Nebraska or Omaha. And that's not the case. They already have one. They've had one for so long, you know. So now we get absolutely nothing. We get nothing. We get nothing but the scraps when that's it, which is the ability to still have to pay to carry a handgun. So there you go, Nebraska. I've said it before, man. I've said it. I'll say it again. We are just we don't get it. We do not get it, you know?
No, you don't.
No, we don't. They don't. People don't understand. It blows my mind. We're so conservative. We're too conservative. That's part of the problem. I mean, it's just like we're too. It's got to be this way or no way, you know. And that's really frustrating as a taxpayer in the state. That's all I have to say.
It is because, you know, yeah, I don't have constitutional carry in South Carolina, but we do have open carry with permit, which, you know, that's one step closer.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get it before us. Don't worry. Nebraska will be the last state to plug the hole in the middle of the puzzle of constitutional carry going from Canada to Mexico, right?
Yeah, because when that stupid Democrat, like a year or two ago, tried saying we need to repeal the Second Amendment, he was a sitting senator, said we need to repeal the Second Amendment. You know, South Carolina representatives for the state, you know, not federal level, but state level, they said if they repeal the Second Amendment, we will secede. And I'm like, thanks, guys.
Is that kind of what started up the whole what the hell's it called?
The Civil War? Yes.
Yeah, that's two-way sanctuary states. Is that kind of where it all started to sprout from?
I think so, because that
one
guy
started to hear about it. Yeah.
That one guy, you know, mouthed off saying we need to repeal the Second Amendment. And then, you know, you started seeing sanctuary cities, counties and whatnot popping up because apparently, you know, I think it really stemmed from the fact that, you know, the Supreme Court, you know, said sanctuary cities were okay while Trump was president. And that's really what it did. So then they said, okay, well, then we'll have gun sanctuaries. Yeah. So I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm just guessing. So there you go. But anyways, let's go back to this article. Let's read the rest of it. All right. The Georgia Senate passed what supporters call the Constitutional Carry Act at the beginning of April, sending it to the governor's desk for signature. Standing in front of a crowd of supporters outside Gable Sporting Goods in Douglasville, Georgia, Governor Kemp said the bill is a public safety measure, which it really is if you think about it. Because, you know, would a criminal really walk into a place where everybody is wearing a gun on their hip and try and steal something from that establishment when he knows like 4 or 5 other people right around him or behind him would pull a gun on him if he tries it? That's safety.
Nah, they're evil, but they're not necessarily stupid in terms of what they want to do. They know better.
Yeah. Right. But you know, it's the old adage, a polite society is an armed society. You know. So, SB 319 makes sure that law-abiding Georgians, including our daughters and your family too, that are in Georgia, can protect themselves without having the permission of the state government. The Constitution of the United States gives us that right, not the government. Governor Kemp said Tuesday. HB 218 ensures that individuals who are licensed to carry in another state are also authorized to do so here in Georgia. All right. During his 2018 campaign for governor, Kemp promised to champion the legislation, but little was done to advance it. The measure was revived this year, and now that Kemp faces opposition in this year's primary from former U.S. Republican Senator David Perdue and others, Perdue, I think that's great. Perdue said, "It's too bad it took 4 years to get it done, and it's too bad it took me getting in the race for them to get any energy to get that done. But I'm glad it's getting done." Kemp, however, pushed back on Perdue's assessment. Well, you had to get the votes in the legislature, Governor Kemp explained. But look, he was in the United States Senate for 6 years. I don't ever remember him pushing this bill up there. It'd be great if they did that at the federal level. We wouldn't have to do it with all the states. Ooh, it's getting spicy here. You hear this, Travis? It's getting spicy.
Man, it's like picante sauce over here, bro.
Yeah, I know. New York City. Anyway,
Get a rope. Get a rope.
Get a rope.
Pick up the pace.
Yep. Republican supporters say that the measure is needed to allow people to more easily protect themselves following a rise in crime, arguing criminals may think twice since they don't know if their potential victim may be carrying. Well, obviously, this isn't a bill that's going to create more crime. This is allowing law-abiding citizens to carry a weapon without a license in Georgia, said State Senator Jason Anavitart, Republican of Dallas, Georgia. Apparently, I didn't know there was a Dallas in Georgia, but okay. All right.
There's a Dallas everywhere.
I guess.
Probably a Dallas, Nebraska somewhere, but yeah.
There's probably a Dallas, South Carolina, too, for that reason. You know, there's a Hollywood, South Carolina. I know because I lived there at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Democrats have pointed out that it does away with a background check that was triggered by the license application, and they say it will fuel shooting deaths. I don't buy it. This legislation will potentially allow individuals with a criminal history who purchase a gun through a private sale to legally carry a hidden, loaded weapon in our communities, said State Representative Kimberly Alexander, Democrat, Hiram, Georgia. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Maybe, Democrats, just maybe, if you stopped letting those criminals out early and actually prosecuted for the crimes they committed and keep them in prison and not just catch and release, just maybe spitballing here, we wouldn't have a problem with them having guns because they wouldn't have any. They'd be stuck in prison where they belong instead of on the streets because you decided it's a good idea to let them out early.
No, Strike. That's way too easy of a resolution to it. Some people would never go for that.
Is it really that?
Yeah.
Too easy?
It's
okay.
It is. It doesn't. It takes away all the red tape.
I don't know what I was thinking. I just had an idea, and I just gonna voice it.
Well, just do what they tell us not to do, Nice Strike. Just don't think. Okay, just don't think. So
right.
That would make too much logical sense. So yeah.
So, anyways, prior to the bill signing, Georgians had to have a weapons carry license or a WCL in order to carry a concealed weapon in public. Although people could carry rifles and shotguns in many places without a permit and carry unloaded guns in cases, residents have to apply for a WCL through their county's probate court, which I heard it's not that hard to get, as long as you're a legal citizen, obviously. WCL applicants must pass a criminal background check, pay an average fee of $75, provide fingerprints. Convicted felons and people who have been hospitalized for mental health problems or received treatment for drugs or alcohol in the years preceding the application are not eligible. You wouldn't think they should be. Under the new law, it is still legal for convicted felons to carry weapons. It is still illegal. Excuse me. It is still illegal for convicted felons to carry weapons. Consumers still need to pass a background check to purchase a handgun from a licensed dealer in Georgia. You still have to sign the 4473. Still has to get checked. And, that's the end of the article. So, there we go. We went a little long on that one, but that's okay. Leo Red's out there. What's going on, Leo? So... M. Gabriel says, after watching the nonpartisan Nebraska legislator, I'm reminded of Futurama's The Neutral Planet.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. That's how we are.
Yep. What makes a man turn neutral? I don't know. Ask Switzerland. Oh, wait. Even Switzerland can't stomach what Russia's doing right now.
Hold on. I thought Switzerland was on board with the support for the Ukraine. No?
Yeah, that's the joke, Travis. Even the most neutral nation in Europe can't stomach what Russia's doing right now.
Yes, this is true.
They haven't taken sides for like 300 years, and they're like, nope, we're taking a side right now. We don't agree with it. It's like, you guys are normally neutral. Yeah, well, we're not neutral on this one. We don't like it. See? You know? Anyways, so we're going to mention this right now because we talked a bit about the Ghost Gun stuff earlier in the chat. And, it seemed wrong to announce a nominee right after you announce a major problem in by causing a major problem with a gun control initiative at the start, and then announcing a new nominee for the ATF. That seemed it seems wrong. But again, our tyrant in chief, and yes, I'm not being respectful to that man anymore, because he deserves no respect because of this whole situation. I am going to be as disrespectful as possible. If you don't like it, well, then go somewhere else. ATF nominee Steve Dettelbeck is just a less creepy version of David Chipman. This is an article from The Truth About Guns, and they're quoting the Firearms Policy Coalition. President Biden continued his siege on the Second Amendment by announcing gun control regulations targeting self-manufactured arms and confirming his intention to nominate Stephen Dettelbach, an Everytown for Gun Safety endorsed anti-Second Amendment zealot, to lead the ATF. Is anybody seeing a trend here? I am. Biden's proposed rule to eliminate so-called ghost guns would create an entirely new class of highly regulated items by redefining the term firearm to include a host of parts and collections of parts ATF now considers readily convertible into functional firearms. This move calls into question the legality of an unknowable number of parts and kits purchased by peaceable people for decades. And decades, not decades. We're maybe longer even. Because who knows how far this goes back? This could go back as far as early, at least 1900. We don't know. Now, granted, it wouldn't have been, hey, it's made out of plastic. It probably would have been, hey, just drill a couple holes here in this this piece of metal here, and you have a gun. It could be something as easy as that, because you don't know. But I say that because we don't know how far it goes back, because we've always had that right, and now we don't. So, the rule, which raises serious concerns about executive overreach and separation of powers, is yet another assault by the Biden administration on the rights and liberties of everyday gun owners. FPC condemns in the strongest terms this attack on the American tradition of home gun making and any effort to disarm or criminalize peaceable people. Far from clarifying anything, the rulemaking tortures simple terms from law into multiple part definitions, with newly injected subterms like readily having their own lengthy definitions. This is clearly an attempt to sidestep Congress, as Biden even indicated in his remarks today, because this was yesterday. The FPC legal team is evaluating the final rule for litigation options and will be seeking plaintiffs in the near future. FPC unequivocally opposes Biden's nomination, Stephen Dettelbach, to lead the ATF. Dettelbach has led a career marked by proposals of radical gun control measures, including semi-automatic firearm bans, the absurd expansion of mystical gun-free zones, and universal background checks. Dettelbach's support comes from anti-rights organizations, and his nomination is nothing short of a stealth attempt by the Biden administration to appoint someone with the same radical values as David Chipman, but without the extensive public paper trail. Individuals who wish to help overturn Biden's administrative abuse, overreach of executive power, and help defeat Dettelbach's nomination can visit stopatf.org and join the FPC grassroots army at joinfpc.org. That's the end of that article. So, You're rather quiet tonight, Travis. Ammo dog must be busy. So,
no, man, we're good. I had to go turn the AC on. What a great way to enforce new laws that you want to promote or enforce or push new definitions than having an attorney as your head guy of a government agency.
An attorney whose track record has been nothing but trying to violate the Constitution.
I can't wait till he gets grilled for his interviews about what his definition of an AR-15 is. Probably doesn't even know.
Well, Biden's got his own problems right now because of, because of that stain, that little stain of his Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter's in serious problems in the news lately. Have you seen that, Travis?
All I keep hearing is stuff that's on the laptop and stuff that would be incriminating and.
Uh-huh.
The whole dirty dealings with with China and taking money from Ukraine or whatever. So yeah. I don't know what's going on now. What's he accused of doing? Now what do you do?
I don't know, but I've been hearing stuff. But that's funny. Biden and his family took all those bribes from Ukraine, but when the Ukraine needs help, they won't help them.
Well, no, we're giving them tons of weapons and supplies. You can't say we're not helping. I mean, $1,500 per shot javelins, and we're giving them planefuls of them. I mean, come on, man. That's I'd say that's probably helping a little bit. I mean, that's better than giving them a crate of AR-15s. I mean, you can take out a tank with one of those things,
So this last article is going to touch on the ghost gun stuff we referenced earlier with that ETF nomination. We got to get into it. I don't want to. It's made me very
nauseous.
Not nauseous. It's made me angry. Angry as all hell.
I know. I think that's what they want from us. Is they want to incite anger in us, and frustration is definitely there because I may or may not be a person who builds firearms using 80% lowers and to sit there and say, well, you've got a gun that's illegal, even though it was legal at the time that I bought it and I paid sales tax on it. And,
anyways, basically, so this one's from AmmoLand. It's from Rob Morse. I don't know Rob. I've not met Rob. I know John Crump. I've met some of the other guys from AmmoLand at the Gun Rights Policy Conference. I haven't met Rob. Rob is saying what Joe Biden didn't tell us about guns and serial numbers. Okay. It says things are not always as they seem. President Biden said guns are causing crime, but as we see, I'm throwing this in here. As we see, those who are committing crime aren't they're not law-abiding citizens, are they?
No, that's the last time I checked.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, they'll turn their guns in at the next buyback, right?
Or just toss them out in the alley because they stole them anyway. So it doesn't
really matter. They never owned them in the first place. Yeah. Anyways, the president needs an excuse for the increase in crime while he's been in office. I have to wonder why guns didn't cause crime before Joe Biden took office, but are causing crime now, particularly in Democrat-controlled cities. Well, you just answered your own question there. Democrat control. Because Democrats are more lenient on criminals than they are the law-abiding. It's a proven fact. Go look it up. Let's see. The recent surge in violence isn't a surprise to anyone, but confirmed Democrats. The president needs to blame the guns to distract us from his failed political decisions. Here is some perspective that the president hid from us, or maybe he just forgot. Well, no, I'm not even giving him the benefit of the doubt on that one. The obvious fact is that we let criminals out of jail during COVID, which, I'm saying right now, it's like if they're criminals, they stay in jail, whether COVID or no COVID. You don't have enough people to, if you don't have enough people to man the jails, all I'm gonna say is, oh well, let them go a little light. Let them go hungry for a little while. It's not, they're criminals for a reason. Why do we have to feed them, 3 straight meals a day? They should, like the rest of us, they should live off 1 or 2. Anyways, going on a rant there. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right, man. It's a
the
frustrating
inmates-
evening for everybody.
Yeah. The inmates didn't stop being criminals simply because we faced the Chinese flu and released them to the public. The political decision meant we had more dangerous criminals on the streets who might commit crimes, who also refused to put criminals back in jail when they committed new crimes. That took away the deterrent effect of our justice system. Politicians made this problem not a new kind of firearm. Politicians created more violent crime because they put more criminals on the streets and because each criminal was committing more violent crimes than before. Biden also threw open our borders so drug gangs could move drugs almost at will. Even an elderly politician can understand why this causes more crime. Of course, that isn't what President Biden said. He said it is all about guns with strange serial numbers. Biden didn't mention that serial numbers were not even required on firearms until 1968. Many of our classic semi automatic handguns have been in production for almost 6 decades by then. So there are tens of millions of unserialized firearms in legal circulation. True, you can say. You can also get a government employee from the ATF to say anything the president wants him to say, but believing that a missing serial number causes crime plays us for a fool. The law enforcement sources I trust have not seen a surge of homemade and unserialized firearms causing crime. The president refused to say that the vast majority of our violent crime isn't committed with the firearm. If we magically stopped all gun crime today, we'd still have the remaining 85% of violent crime to deal with tomorrow. Fewer than 1 in 100 criminals used a long gun of any kind, a rifle or shotgun. Of course, Biden didn't mention that. He probably forgot. Most murders are committed by drug gangs fighting other drug gangs. Consider what that means, since these gangs move millions of illegal immigrants across our border and move billions of dollars of drugs around the United States each year. Those drug trafficking organizations have their own privately made submarines to move drugs. That says they can easily move a few ounces of steel, plastic, and lead anywhere they want them. Gun prohibition doesn't work any better than drug prohibition. We will not disarm violent drug gangs by regulating illegal gun owners. It is dangerous to try, and it will cost more lives than it saves. President Biden refused to mention that civilians use guns in armed defense. We know that ordinary citizens in the United States use firearms defensively about 1.7 million times a year, or 7,000 times every day. It is important to have a sense of perspective and proportion to understand what that means. We defend ourselves with a firearm thousands of times a day, but there are about 10,000 criminal murders with a firearm in the entire year. Honest citizens use a gun for justified self-defense about 170 times for each criminal murder. Guns in civilian hands are far more likely to save a life than to take one. Think of it this way. If Biden's new gun regulations disarm even a few honest gun owners, yet somehow disarm many criminals, then the new regulation will still cost innocent lives by disarming more innocent victims of crimes. Unfortunately, the news is likely to be worse than that. Criminals don't care about gun laws and background checks. You have to live in a fantasy world to believe that they do. Maybe the president believes it, but we shouldn't. Criminals ignore our laws, so legal gun owners are the only ones affected by our 23,000 firearms regulations. If all those existing gun laws didn't stop violent crime, then what makes President Biden think criminals will obey his new gun laws? That's the end of that one. Yeah.
And the thing is, the criminals are just salivating at all this regulation. Nothing like taking guns out of the hands of legal gun owners to make their job easier too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ooh, what time is it? Really? We went that fast? All right. I'm gonna throw another article out there.
Yeah.
We got through that one really fast.
838. Well, and again, what really makes me mad is they talk about, the scratched off serial. They said that the 20,000 ghost guns that were confiscated could include, guns that had the serial number scratched off of them. And I'm like, okay, well, how many of them are actually truly like not serialized, like an actual 80% build? I'm just kind of curious,
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's really fair that they're lumping in, the guns that were stolen and have been defaced and then used in a crime versus the guns that, legal gun owner built and owns. And then if somebody buys one and makes one and they're not supposed to, well, that's illegal. They're breaking the law. So
yeah,
I don't see why you should come after me for that,
No. And I don't see why I should be punished because the government doesn't take care of, properly catching criminals and putting them in prison. Why do I get punished?
If we all had the ability to carry, we wouldn't have the problems that we had. Maybe the subway thing that happened today in Brooklyn, there's a possibility it could have been prevented if just one person there would have had a firearm.
Yeah.
Granted, the guy went in with a smoke canister and a gas mask, but still,
Yeah, I don't even want to go into that one.
Kind of ironic that it happened on a day when there's radical gun definition proposals that were put out too. It just seems kind of weird that it happened in a place where people probably wouldn't be able to defend themselves,
I find it was weird that it happened right after a major gun control legislation.
Yeah. In a place where you're probably not likely to have people with a carry weapon.
In one of the most least likely places to get a firearm.
Yeah.
So.
And yet New York City's got all these cameras and they can't seem to figure out who the guy is or where he went. Really, all those security cameras in all those places. And they,
Yeah.
Now, my mom told me that he dropped his credit card, which I don't know, or he or she did, but that seems even, more planted than anything, I just happened to find a credit card that belongs to somebody,
And what does that matter?
Well, because it could be anybody that they drop the card for, it could be somebody it could be a fake person. It could be, who knows, that means they'd be able to track that person down if they found something that belonged to that person that actually committed the crime. But I mean, how they know it belongs to that person with all the people that ride on the subway in one day, I find it very hard to believe, but yeah. I don't know, man. Well, what else you got? What else is lined up for tonight? What else are we talking about?
I don't know. I mean, we talked about we talked about Nebraska. We talked about all this new legislation. Let's check the YouTube side to see what the census is. All right, the census is. I'm ending the poll right now. So if you haven't voted on the poll, go ahead and get your yes or no's in. It says, do you agree with the ghost gun ban? Okay. So I'm going to end it in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can give you one more second. All right, I'm pressing the button. Ending the poll. Yeah, all right. Do that in here too. That's fine. All right. And the consensus is 79% say no, they do not agree with the ghost gun ban, while 20% says yes, they do. That's out of 24 votes. And I know one person voted yes. So that would mean it's probably somebody who, doesn't care about, constitutional rights. They've got what they've got and they don't care about anything else because they just want to be an asshole because, why do they need to care? Sounds like somebody we know, don't we?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know, man.
Yeah. So just putting that out there. Anyways, all right. Let's see what else is going on. All right. I can't when I create a poll on YouTube, I can't vote on it, yes or no. Just FYI out there for those that don't know.
I haven't gone over to YouTube at all, so I've been watching the comments.
If you create a poll, you can't vote on it. So yeah. Anyways, do we know what the legislation says about the ghost gun ban? Should we delve into it? I think we should.
Yeah, because I think we should get some. I mean, is it going to talk about the upper receivers now, having requiring a serial number, or what's it going to?
I know for those that don't know, if you've checked my channel the last couple days, I've been posting on the YouTube community page about this whole situation. So, I've got the information over there. So let me get some of it out there. White House fact sheet link, termination letter. I'll throw those links in here in the side chat for you, Travis.
Yeah, by the way, they said they found keys and let's see, to a U-Haul van, and they tracked down the person that had rented it.
Yeah.
They found keys on the subway, and they said they also found the gun, 3 extended mags, 2 detonated smoke grenades, 2 non-detonated smoke grenades, a hatchet, and a U-Haul key. It's like, it just seems so weird that all that stuff was left at the scene of the crime. I don't know. It's just what?
Yeah, it seems weird and convenient, right?
And they said the gun jammed, which the gun was jammed, which is kind of funny. I guess if you're using cheap extended mags, that would probably happen. But
yeah.
All right, what do we got here?
All right, so let me do something real quick. Travis, keep talking.
Oh yeah, no, I was just kind of throwing some tinfoil hat theories out there. So you bringing up the White House fact sheet?
Yeah, it's on the side over there.
I know one of the things that was in there is if you make your own gun, like you made your own from an 80% build, that it's going to do a lot of stuff like requiring FFLs to have to run background checks on 80% kits, even though you're not actually buying a handgun. It doesn't seem to matter. Also, they were going to, if you take your homemade gun to a gunsmith to have it worked on, the gunsmith was going to have to put a serial number on it, which would then make the gunsmith a firearm manufacturer, which doesn't make any sense. So when they write this legislation up, I don't think they realize how they paint themselves in a corner with other legislation that they've passed, And then the other thing they said is if you make your own build, if you sell it to somebody, it has to be serialized. I mean, I think we already know that already. You can't just turn around and sell a gun that you build yourself to another person legally, unless it's immediate family. And I could be wrong on that too. But you'd have to have it serialized and registered and go through a whole process before you can sell it to somebody else. So I know that was in there.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of curious to see if there's going to be any kind of grandfathering in or any kind of, requirements for serial numbers on uppers, going back at all, or what they're going to do.
So I sent a link out there to our friend Flying Rich if he wants to come in and give us the 411. Oh, there he is. Rich, what's going on?
Hey, man.
So you said pick you. That's why I sent you the link. So give us the 411.
Yeah, well, I think you started covering it. So 3D printing is basically untouched unless your gun needs to go to an FFL for greater than 24 hours. So if you bring your Polymer 80 that's unserialized or any other gun that you built yourself to an FFL, if he can do whatever you needed done on it in less than a day, it doesn't have to be serialized. But if it spends the night at the FFL, it has to get a serial number. Your AR upper will not be serialized. It grandfathers in all other products, all of the past stuff.
Okay.
I think it talked more about giving you an idea of what was the term, like a reasonable amount of time or whatever, readily convertible. That's it.
Readily convertible, huh? Rich, you there? Did we lose him?
Sounds like it was kind of cutting out. So that, and see, that's the thing by not requiring it now, saying, well, it's not required on certain products, bought before this date. That's their long game. That's them eliminating our ability to own firearms after one generation, or two, or if you don't have your gun set up to go to somebody you can pass them on to, or in a trust or whatnot.
Daniel sends a $2 super chat saying, you see the government ration baby formula and Mountain Dew? I don't care about the Mountain Dew, but if they ration baby formula, that's pretty bad.
Oh, did I cut out?
You cut out right after you said something about about AR uppers.
Oh, okay, yeah. So AR uppers will not be required to be serialized. So basically, stuff that's been is still grandfathered, and that's the same crap as always.
Okay, so let me ask you a yes or no question. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If say I built an 80% gun, I built a homemade gun, and from like I did, like I shown everybody, and if I worked on it, and I don't need to take it to a gunsmith because I am a certified gunsmith, at least I have a certification from a credit college, then I don't need to do anything, and I can continue making them, right?
Correct.
So it, again, if you screw up on an 80% and you take it to a gunsmith, don't take it to a gunsmith. If you screw up on an 80%, just I hate to say it like this, Rich, but it seems like it's more viable to just destroy that failed piece and get another one and do it right the next time.
Yeah. So okay, now
am I wrong in thinking in that line of thinking?
Look, Polymer 80 is tough to screw up. I mean,
right.
you've got to be a special kind of an idiot.
I mean, look, I was able to do it. Me.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I can do it, nobody has an excuse. Okay.
Right. So the other thing that's interesting is flats like AK flats, SETME flats, those types of things apparently are not included in this, and it does appear that an AR 80% is not included in this either.
It seems to me they're just trying to go after the companies that sell the all-in-one kits and whatnot.
Well, all right. So
anything that's split upper and lower, right? That was the language, split upper and lower. They're basically just
the split upper lower is a whole lot. So that was designed to cure the problem in California where the ATF is going after people making their own AR-15s, and that the law, as it stands, is ambiguous. And what they would look to do, their tactic is to get you to plead, but I forget the attorney's name. He just destroys them. So if they find out he's on the case, that's it. They drop the case because they know they're going to lose it, and then it's going to set precedents.
Is it that armed scholar guy?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right, somebody else.
I don't know his real name. John, Crump knows his name right off the bat. I don't know who it is, but so
yeah,
that
knows
was
everybody.
Well, that too, yeah. But they're fixing a whole bunch of things for themselves, but also they don't make anything any more clear, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, it's just
you got a phone call.
Mavis is calling me.
Do you need to get
Let's
that?
See. You guys mind if I pick this up? I'll get back to you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So, so that's what's going on. Well, Travis, at least we know what what's what now, right?
Yeah, this is true. That does clarify a few things. Yeah.
So thanks, Rich, for showing up and clarifying some of this, because I'm looking through both, the definition letter and the fact sheet from the White House, and yeah, it's so basically you can build a homemade gun, but if you have to take it to an FFL, and if they have to hold on to it for more than 24 hours, then they have to serialize it. And again, if you build a homemade gun and you screw up, well, you have to be really special.
Yeah.
In some cases with P80s, because it's hard to screw up a P80. I mean, even I made mistakes on my P80, but I was able to get through those mistakes and can finish it and get it working. So, I mean, is it really that hard? And I say that because I don't think it is. Because I got it working just fine. I mean, maybe I'm different. Maybe
No, I think you just follow directions, man. I think you know what's going on.
I mean, yeah, it could look better. I could do it a little better because it's a little rough, but again, it works. I mean, Travis, have you done a P80 yet?
No, but I may or may not have milled lowers for an AR-15, my own.
Yeah, you know, well,
I've watched quite a few videos on them, and I'm probably capable of doing it. I've got a drill press, and it wouldn't be that hard to do, you know.
Yep.
And I thought about it, but I mean, part of it's just the cost in the end. It really isn't any cheaper than buying, you know, like say Glock 19 or whatever.
Right, and
But
I get
that's
that.
not, you know, that's not the idea. That's not why I may or may not have built, you know, 80% lowers myself.
And
for an AR-15, it's
I get that, and I understand that line of thinking because, you know, why spend $120 for an unfinished Polymer 80, you know, Glock frame when you can buy a PSA dagger frame for $99?
Yeah.
You know, I you know, and people say, well, you got the shipping, you're gonna pay shipping regardless, one way or the other. 1, 2, you're gonna pay tax one way or the other, anyways. You know, and yeah, so at the end of the day, so I end up paying like $115, $120 for a PSA dagger frame for $120, and you know it's finished and it comes with all the internals, and I don't have to deal with, you know, putting it all together and drilling holes into it. I get that.
Yeah.
That does, you know, but again, it's not about the fact that it's the same price and you get more. It's about the fact that your right to be able to make something at home from a piece of plastic or a piece of metal has now been taken away. That's what it's about. Your right to make whatever the hell you want at home, you know, regardless as far as, you know, homemade firearms is being taken away. And that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Have I articulated that properly, Travis?
Yeah, I think so. I really need to get on the ball and maybe get one of those ordered and start building one, you know, especially with all the parts that are available out there now. And you start looking at like the dagger parts that are available, and I really no reason not to do one. I think, and I will say this, you know, after possibly not finishing my 80% lower and maybe taking it to the range or maybe not shooting it, it may or may not have been a very rewarding experience.
All right, we got a couple super chats here. Let's get through them. We got another $2 super chat from Daniel saying, please refer 3 Warsaw as sensitive patriot from now on. He says 2, not 3, in another $2 super chat. So let me put the button again for him. 2, not 3. Laugh out loud. Slightly intoxicated here. Daniel, do you always come to my shows drunk? It seems like it. It seems like it. Baron SVG's out there just for the fun. Let's see. It's like you know, Kingpin says he's like, Kingpin, yeah, Ed Daniel, yeah, man. One day at Night Strike will ban the only person that shows up to more chats than me. The only person that sends super chats. I bet your life will be ruined forever. Right. Oh boy. Anyways, so people are causing us think. So I think we've pretty much run this one into the ground tonight, Travis.
We covered a lot of information in an hour. You know, I mean, we did cover quite a bit, and I mean, unfortunately, not all the good news that we want to hear, but you know, there's always the future and possibility for change, and
you know, I know the other night I talked about this with Sean, and Sean, you know, bless his heart. It's a Texas saying.
Mm-hmm.
Sean,
I get that. Yeah.
Sean downplays the whole fact that a lot of people are going to start suing the White House, the government, and the ATF over this rulemaking because they're arbitrarily making it up new laws without Congress actually going through and making new laws. They're doing it via rule determinations instead of, you know, actual laws.
Mm-hmm.
And he says Biden doesn't care if there's going to be lawsuits. Well, I'm not so sure he does. He doesn't care because,
well, I mean, just throwing all these ideas out there for people to push for. That's what he's trying to do. Is just throwing poo on the wall, seeing what's going to stick. You know.
Well, he's a giant turd himself. But you know, the thing about Biden, and that's who it is. Biden is a giant turd. You know, he says things like this.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Yeah, and then he says stuff like this.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
I don't know how to spell that either, but but we got a president that says that, and he's telling us that we can't have homemade firearms anymore. I hate to say this, but there's going to be a ton of gun rights groups, and on top of gun rights groups, I would hazard a guess that all the 80% manufacturers in the country, or any gun manufacturers in the country for that matter, parts, would sue him over this. And whether he cares about a lawsuit or not, I'm not sure he really recognizes, the shitstorm he has created by doing this. And he may not care if he creates a shitstorm or not. He may just wants to do this, and he doesn't think left or right. But once the lawsuits start coming and they don't stop, maybe he'll think twice.
Well, and here's the thing too: all this talk about banning and wanting to regulate, all it does is make people want to go out and buy this stuff now, and then it just gives all those companies even more money. So it's like you're just creating a bigger problem for yourself by trying to move this stuff away, which is completely legal, by the way, in most states, right?
Right. No, absolutely.
I mean, so to sit there and say, well, now these P80 companies and 80% companies got to have a manufacturer's license and a serial number on it and stuff is like, what? Well, you can't just say that because you want it. I mean, I don't understand it. It just doesn't. It's like he has nothing else to go deal with, I don't know. Yeah, it's just I'm numb to it, dude. Seriously. I mean, I know I'm not trying to like not care, but there's just so much. It gets old after a while, It doesn't surprise me, is what I should say.
Right. And I get that. So
yep.
Guys, we're gonna close this one. It's 10 o'clock. You know where your children are at. You better. Do you know where where your dogs and cats are?
Yeah, he's sitting right next to me on the couch.
Yep. Travis, you may need to get him a bulletproof vest because the ATF.
Oh, he's got one. He's got a tac vest. We're good. Yep, ATF bro.
You know how the ATF is. Anyways, with
ATF
that,
proof. Yep.
Travis, what are we talking about tomorrow?
The Walther PDP, an often overlooked but very sweet semi-automatic handgun that I highly recommend, and we'll just chat about it for a little while and talk about maybe other products in the Walther line and go from there. So, yeah.
All right. Well, check that out on the Travis P11 channel on Caliber Corner tomorrow night at
6 p.m. Central Time. So 7 o'clock
Eastern.
Those people that live over East Time. So,
okay.
Yep.
All right. So with that, guys, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for hanging out in the chat. Those that participated in the actual show and didn't argue with each other. Other than that, excuse me. Other than that, we'll see you guys later. Thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss. Adios, Felicia.
Nothing but a hit, baby. Nothing but a hit. Adios, Felicia. Tamo.
Shut up, be infringed. How do I turn this damn thing off? What does this button do?